don't want to be around them. That will kill you if you're around somebody that causes you that much stress.
Sorry, Matt. Send it to the loony bin.
Not going to do it. Nope.
Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness me. Well, I tell you, see, on here, it sends you into other things, and I must share this one with you because I thought this was hilarious, Kairos. It was really funny. I always like to look for things, and I found this one, and I thought it was hilarious. It's basically saying, again, it is. I think it can be like a little bit of a stereotype, kind of, but you look at it and you think, well, is that true? Would I react like that in that potential scenario or not? And apparently, you're going to be surprised to know, Kairos, or maybe not, because after what I've just said, apparently, because it says here, zodiac signs in a horror movie. Apparently, Aries is the first to die because they're brave enough to check out.
Okay, did you send this to me? Because I got to see this.
I'm going to send it to you now.
Oh, okay. Because I have my problems with horror movies and death in the horror movies.
Right, okay, I'm going to do it in the order that it's on it. Aries is the first to die because they're brave enough to check out what the noise was. Taurus is the one who comes home at the end and finds everyone dead. Gemini, the one who outsmarts the killer and sets a trap. Cancer, the one who runs up the stairs rather than out the front door. Leo, the one who tries to fight back and ends up dead.
Yeah.
Virgo, the one who sacrifices themselves. Ooh. Libra, the one who tells everyone to stay calm, then freaks out themselves.
Not me. Not doing it.
Okay. Scorpio, the one who figures out who the murderer is. Sagittarius, the one who is secretly helping the killer. Capricorn, the one who snapped and went on a killing spree.
Check mark.
You think I'd go on a killing spree? I told you I ain't doing no jail time for nobody, man.
Check mark.
Aquarius, the one who makes it to the end. Pisces, the one who screams at everything. Now, what do you say to that?
I will actually give this one close to good. I mean, I don't agree with me, of course, because, again, I'm, the one who tells everyone to stay calm. I would say that, so don't get me wrong. I would do that, but I wouldn't freak out.
Yeah, but are you sure?
I wouldn't freak. I know me.
You have popped to the first half, and you said you would tell people to stay calm. So are you sure you won't flip the script afterwards?
Yeah. So the last part, I'm not even copping to that. No. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
Oh, all right then. I'll let you off this time.
Not good. But the rest of it, I'm pretty good. Now it described you pretty accurate.
So you really think I'm going to go on a killing spree?
I wouldn't think you would go on a killing spree. But
verbally, yeah, I will annihilate them. Yeah, I would do that.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, there would be some problems, though. That's what I'm trying to say.
There's going to be some issues because, I've been holding it in and I can't, everyone's got their limit in it.
That's right.
You got your limit, man.
That's what I'm saying. And your limit is scary, okay? You would probably be so upset that somebody was coming in to kill everybody, you'd have an attitude problem.
Yeah, but hold on. The one who came in is not the one who committed the murder, because apparently I commit the murder, innit?
Evidently.
So I didn't mean to, but I went on a spree. So hello. So who came in to commit the murders is the question I want to know. Who came in to do it but ended up not doing it? That would be a question to ask. Now there's a conundrum for you people. We are going to a break. Woo! So that's something for you to think about on break. And you can let us know at Ask Avani Show what you think. Come on, people. We know you got an opinion on today's show. We will be right back on the other side after this.
Hey, yo, Teddy, you ready?
Yep.
Hey, yo, Nasty Man, you ready?
Oh, yeah.
What about you, Crazy Legs?
Hi, this is Avani, UK's Soul Queen Diva, and you're tuned into the Ask Avani Show on the Get Global Network.
Welcome back. Good afternoon. This is the Ask Avani Show right here on Metro Radio, people. We are having a lot of fun this afternoon with today's show topic. I'll just remind you, just in case you are just joining us, star signs and astrology. Do you believe in these things? Do you think that they can really help you in life to be successful and to find true love with your perfect partner, or is it just a myth? That is the question I have been posing this afternoon. Now, you know what, K-Rose? I don't know, man. Okay, I believe to a degree, because it's nice to have something to identify with, so I can say, yes, I'm a Capricorn, and someone else can say, yes, they're this and they're that. All that's cute, and it, topic of conversation. But, I mean, if you look at it and say it will help you to be successful, I don't know. Because I think the only thing that can help you to be successful is the mindset of working towards your goal to become successful, innit?
Well, I think if you do this in moderation and you add it into your mix, I don't see it as being, to me, it doesn't hurt anything. Mm-hmm. But if you go to the extreme to where you wake up and before you do anything for the day, you're checking your horoscope, and and before you make any decision at work, you're checking your horoscope, and before you talk to your wife that day, you're checking your horoscope.
Well, I don't know, she'll be pleased with that.
That's too extreme.
No, she might be looking at you and thinking, oh, is he sure you're all right? You're feeling okay? I don't know, people. Let us know at Ask Avani Show what you think, because I know people, I've been posting about today's show on social media, and I was getting some really funny, responses, and people were saying, we love all these posts. Because I just thought they were really funny, and it definitely became, a point, a topic, and it was like, people were like, you know what? I never really thought about that. But maybe I will start to take it on board more for a bit of fun, not to be so serious about it. And other times people were like, I don't know if I'm even going to give that the time of day, because I'm quite happy in my life as it is and it's going along more or less how I want it, kind of thing. So I don't know what bringing that into the mix, how that's going to change anything or make it better for me to be more successful. But then again, and I'm going to go back to these because, okay, a good example, let me think. When they say, for example, certain stars like celebrities are fighting, and the first thing that I've seen people do is say, okay, well, when was he born and when was she born? And, on paper, they ain't supposed to get on. But the fact that they got together, decided to get married, and maybe even have children together shows that at one point they were obviously happy and getting on enough to fall in love, innit?
Well, but I think they weren't even thinking about the signs, or some of them may have been, so I don't even know. But let's just say they met each other and they fell in love, which is your scenario, and they were getting along. Yeah. You can't then turn around and blame the fact that the horoscope or their astrology says they're not compatible when they break up.
Well, afterwards they might be like, well, I shouldn't have messed with him because, I shouldn't have messed with her because she's this,
That's cock out of me.
Well, you don't know, do you? Listen, when people are upset, they start bad-mouthing each other over the silliest stuff.
Well, and that's just it. That becomes an emotional reaction. But if I look at a whole football game for the British side of the universe, and I go through the whole game, and then when the score is 1-0, after the game, I turn around and say, I knew there was only going to be one goal scored. No, you can't do that. I mean, if I said,
if you put a bet on it and you lost.
Well, but that part, that's a whole different show. But if I started off at the beginning of the game, and I say, hey, I bet there's only going to be one goal scored during this game, that gives me more credibility. And the same thing with the zodiac sign. If I say, okay, I'm going to marry this person, even though our signs aren't compatible, then I can't turn around and when we don't work out, say, I shouldn't have married them because our signs aren't compatible.
That's what some people do. Obviously, they might add other things into the mix. I shouldn't have known because certain things were giving me that, antenna warning, and I kind of ignored it. I should have known she was a bit cuckoo, and
that's caca.
He had some tendencies, and listen, like I said, before you put a ring on anything, okay, just hold your horses, okay, just slow your roll. As the song says, pump your brakes. Just take time. Think about it. Because really and truly, if you're getting married, you're not trying to get divorced, really. You know, that's the last thing you want, innit? But
You're not getting married to get divorced. I can bank on that.
Yeah, but if, like I said, if someone starts just flipping the script and start acting crazy on you because they got a ring on your finger, I personally say run for the hills. But hey, that's me.
You add so much to a show that ends up having me thinking about other shows because that's by itself. That doesn't really match up to me about astrology, about them putting a ring on your finger and then basically you got to do what they say. That's a whole separate subject matter.
Okay,
because that ain't right.
Is Beyonce's song "Hold Up," and I'm not going to say no more. And people, what I'm talking about. It's in my post if you want to hear that track. Okay? Now, she ain't, whatever's going on in her life or whatever scenario or wherever she's taking inspiration from to write that particular song, for example, I would not like to speculate.
Hold up.
But you just need to listen to the lyrics of that. Okay, people? Because, Okay? Now, link 20, Keros, because we know we just got to keep it rolling on down the hill. Misconceptions or rules to live by when analysing people and the supposed characteristics of their star sign. So I just want to know. See, now we've been talking about this, innit? And you're saying, people are silly. They need to stop messing about because some things are a myth and some things may be a fact. But again, everybody's going to have their own opinion, innit? What is a myth? What is a fact? Because you say there's some things that you've seen that you would say, yes, you think are attributable to me, for example. As my star sign characteristics, and other times you might look, as I've looked at some of the the horoscopes, and I've just thought, 11.5, that's well off. That's completely nowhere near today. Or for the month, like, no, I am not feeling that way, and no, I am not planning on doing that, and doesn't apply to me at all. So, well, this one will be fun. Oh, okay. I don't want no one getting upset now, because this is what it says in the article. Okay, if you don't agree, okay, you agree to disagree, because it ain't me. I didn't write this, people. Okay, apparently most of the characteristics attributed to the star signs were determined a long time ago. I'm paraphrasing from the article. So, forcing labels on the star signs is as ill-advised as putting people into boxes. Now, I'm just reading it. This is what it says in the article, and this is it's telling you in bold, right? So it's letting you know that they're trying to tell you something. Apparently, Aries is supposed to be the loudest of the star signs. I'm not going to go through everything, but that's what it says. I'm just going to say it here. Okay. Aries' reputation may be bad, but it's still better than bad boy girls, Scorpios. Scorpios are considered vindictive, possessive, and uncontrollably bad-tempered. But in reality, they simply express their profound sentimentality in a somewhat intense manner. Okay, people, I'm not going to go no further because I want you guys to go and read. You know what to do.
Well, did you read yours?
I'm coming to it. I'm getting to it. It says, okay, apparently the star sign of Taurus, again, I'm paraphrasing, apparently they appear to be romantic and affectionate. Taurians actually express their sexuality in a raw, if not animalistic manner. They're not big on the emotion connection, blah, 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 blah. Keep going. Okay, Virgo. Virgo is often seen as embodying prudishness. Appearances can be deceiving, though some Virgos are actually open to exploring all 50 shades of grey, and then some. Well, if you fall into that category, you know who you are. Okay. The sign of Gemini is not dogmatic, even though they generally don't have any inhibitions, moral or otherwise. That's nice, isn't it? Gemini is hardly open-minded. Again, I'm not reading all of it because people. I want you to make up your own mind. Aquarius. Aquarians sit around theorizing and expecting others to put their theories into practice. As for their idea of universal solidarity, it more often than not clashes with the reality of the self-centered way in which they handle their relationships. Okay, and now we're getting to me, Capricorn. Is another misunderstood star sign. Career-driven Capricorns have a reputation for being coldly professional, even in the way they approach their personal life. But the thing is, they simply like to get things done without needed sentimentality. It's not their fault if others take it personally.